Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I hope y'all are doing well today. I was actually going to do a video with me in the camera, but since I'm going out tonight, I don't feel like making up my face twice. So I'm just going to show you this real quick recipe. It's a pineapple upside down cake, and we're going to make it with, yes, a box mix. But we're going to make it like homemade, make it taste like homemade. So, if you want to see this, stay tuned. If you're coming for the first time, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. And to all of my wonderful subscribers, welcome back. Okay, so the first thing is this perfectly moist pineapple supreme cake mix. Now, what you do is, when you want to make it like homemade, you just alternate some of the ingredients. For instance, this calls for 1 cup of water. Instead, I'm going to use this 1 cup of milk. Now, I'm at someone else's house, so they don't use all the same things I use. So this is oat milk that I'm using, and it's 1 cup. And it says 3 large eggs. Whatever the ingredient calls for, you add 1 extra egg. So I have 4 large eggs. Then it says a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. So instead of using vegetable oil, I'm using melted butter. And there's a couple of things you add to make it taste really good and homemade. And I have here 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and I have some vanilla. Another thing is, I would normally use my electric beater, but I do have a whisk. So I'm gonna whisk it. Okay, so first let's put the cake mix in the bowl. So we're just going to pour the mix into the bowl. Now I'm going to preheat the oven. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees as it says on the box. Now I'm going to add the milk. Next, I'm going to add the butter, the melted butter. I'm going to mix it. Just mixing it a little. Next, I'm going to put the eggs. Make sure your dairy ingredients are room temperature. That'll make the cake fluffier. The next thing I'm putting in is the sour cream, the 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And we're just going to whisk it. We're going to just try to get everything blended in together really good. And this is supposed to make it more like homemade cake instead of a box mix. I guess it takes the edge of that box milk flavor out. Next, we're going to add a little vanilla. This is pure vanilla, so I'm going to add about probably a teaspoon of vanilla. Do not overmix it, just make sure everything is blended perfectly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this to the side and prepare my pan for the rest of the pineapple upside down cake. Okay, so I'm going to use this size pan. You can use any pan that you want to use as for a single cake recipe. I'm going to spray it with this. I just want to make sure nothing sticks. Then I'm going to take some dark brown sugar and sprinkle it around the pan. You could use as much as you like or as little as you like. But just make sure it's going to basically cover the bottom of the pan so that it could be some on all of the cake. And some of that will melt down when you put it in the oven. Now you have to pour some melted butter over it. But what I'm gonna do first is I have some regular granulated sugar here. Now sometimes brown sugar could be a little bitter. So what I'm gonna do is put a little of the regular sugar on it as well. Oops, that's a lot. It's enough for this pan. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is slice some butter over it. Some people mix the butter together with the brown sugar, but this will have the same effect. Because of course it's going to melt in the oven. Now that part is done, we're going to take some pineapple slices, or they're calling it rings down south here, and we're going to put it on top. I gotta see how many rings come in this can, because I don't know if I'm doing 6 or 9. It looks like it's going to be 6. Let me see. It's actually 8 rings, so I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so now I have these little cherries I'm gonna put in the middle. Now I'm making this for somebody else and they requested the rings. So if I was making it for myself, I would use chunk pineapple to cover the whole cake. So now I'm gonna take cherries and I'm gonna put cherries in the middle. I'm taking off the stems. See, it's cherries with stems. I'm gonna just pull the stem off just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna put the batter right on top. And then, see how easy that was? That was so easy. So I have this little rubber spatula that I'm gonna get the rest of the cake batter out with. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the batter and make sure it's covering everything in the pan. Make it even. Okay, now we'll put it in the oven on 350, a 350 preheated oven. I'm gonna set my timer to 27 minutes, but you have to consider what kind of oven you have. Some ovens run hotter and some ovens don't run hot at all. I'll see you when it's finished. Okay, so now it's ready. Yum, yum, yum. It looks so nice and golden brown. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it cool off for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna invert the pan and put it onto the pan that we're gonna serve it from. See you in a minute. The cake is ready to be taken out the pan. Let's see how it comes out. So here's your pineapple upside down cake. I hope you enjoy and I hope you like this recipe and try it. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And please give this video a thumbs up. And let me know what you think down below. Let me know if there's any variations on the way you make your pineapple upside down cake. We're gonna cut this up and we're gonna put some whipped cream on it and be happy.